Your proudest moment, you said out there?
Yeah, I think obviously it would be up there with the World Cup wins, but I think to beat the world champions at home after the winter we had and the disappointment we all had, I think it just means a bit extra special for me today, especially.
In what way do you think they've improved since last year?
Do you know what? I don't think there's necessarily been massive improvement. I think we've got the same group of players. I just think there's a bit more belief. We've gone out there and really believed in ourselves and won those sort of key moments in games, which we probably didn't over the winter. Once we got on top of Australia, we really applied the pressure and that was probably the most pleasing thing. We put a good Australian team under pressure for a lot of this series, which we hadn't done in the past, probably.
Is there any cause for that increase in self-belief?
With a new coaching staff, there's always comes different ideas. I mean, we've been lucky enough to acquire sort of David Capel and obviously Paul Shaw now as head of performance. Along with Carl Crowe and I guess we've looked at stuff a little bit differently, and we've got a full-time analysis guy who now is looking into the way we play and how the opposition play, so that's played a huge part as well. So little things have probably made a big difference, but most of all the players have got to perform out in the park, and that's what they've done. And our bowlers have been exceptional and our batters have got us over the line, which is really, really important.
Jodie said the Australian players, they sort of lost self-belief and confidence. Did you sense that out there and just really use that?
I think the Hove game was a key game for us. I think when we chased down that total, when they possibly thought they'd won the game, I think that was the biggest turning point of this series. Heather's and Sarah's partnership, and then the momentum, and then how we started at Chelmsford, I think was the probably final nail in the coffin there. I think there were some, like I say, some really key moments which we've won, and probably previously in the other tournaments Australia have won them. So it's pleasing that we've won those big moments, and obviously now winners of the Ashes, which is a huge achievement.
But did you sense that when you're out there, like if you got the feeling changed? Like did you see them go into themselves?
Every game you play, there's always pressure in every game, but we just seemed to, like Charlotte said, we came out, the first couple of games, we were put under the pump at Lords, and then we fought back hard, and we took that momentum, we carried it forward, and the more that we carried it on, we could sense the pressure. There were a few players, that would come out, and you could read it on them. But everyone's going out there to do a job, and that's pressure in itself. But I do feel like we believed in what we were doing, the plans we were set, and we just carried them on, I think, and played our plans better than they did.
Obviously, home advantage has been pretty important in the past few Ashes series. And being a big advantage to the home side. So what do you think you have to change, or will you change anything in knowing that you're going to Australia? Maybe that fast wicket at the Wacker for the first test, would that be a game changer, do you think?
I don't know. I think we've played there a lot. We've been successful over there, so it's not somewhere where we're at all fearing to go out there. We're playing with confidence, but I can't wait to get out and play on the Wacker and play on some of the Aussie pitches. It's better than these slow wickets we've played on over here. So I think the batters are licking their lips. I'm sure she will be. I think we're looking forward to it. It's a huge challenge. We love playing in Australia. We've been successful there, and hopefully we continue that. But I'm not thinking about Australia too soon. We've got a big tour coming up against the West Indies, and we've got this to celebrate as well. So, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Obviously, it's going to be brilliant. So hopefully we can be successful out there. That will be a huge achievement as well.
Just quickly, just coming up on the train yesterday and playing and everything else, all the papers, there was so much on the front pages of the papers here and then on the back pages. How's that compared with previous times when you've played, and what has that meant to you to have that mainstream recognition?
Oh, the support we've had has been unbelievable. Even from the winter when we went to the World Cup, was possibly it was more popular than when we won the World Cup in 2009. So to have this kind of support behind the team is just spurred us on really, and to see, to sit there and see those papers yesterday morning was a really proud moment, and hopefully we've inspired lots of girls to play cricket now. To see these these grounds full of people when we're playing now, and young girls there, hopefully we've hopefully inspired many people to, especially girls, to play the game, which I think is just as important as us winning trophies and for the growth of our game.
Either Paul or
Claire just said on the telly that you might use the West Indies trip as a bit of a freshen the team up a bit and some experimentation. Is there plans for that as well? Because Natalie Sky was mentioning that as well as a younger player who's coming in.
We've got a fantastic setup now, you know, with the new head, you know, with Paul Shaw taking, sort of overseeing everything. Everything below there has been created over the last few years, and we've got a really good setup, and there's a lot of youngsters coming through now who are really pushing for places. Natalie's been pushing for the last year, and she's come into the squad, and she's owned her place, and she's played fantastically today, and it's people like that I keep coming through, and you can't deny them, you know, that chance, and hopefully what Nat's done is she's been given the chance and taken it, and that's what we want from all the youngsters coming through, because, you know, at some stage some of us have got to step down, and these girls are going to carry it on and win trophies for us again, hopefully. So yeah, it's very much could be something like that, yeah.
With Paul, what do we say to Megan Barnes like this? Have you got actually from Barnes?
Yeah, I've known Paul since I was about 6-7 years old, and he's a really old friend, and I know him very well. He's a big people person. He's into knowing people, you know, for every individual and how they work, and that's fantastic for us. And he's been within the women's setup for a fair few years now as well, and he was my first coach, so, you know, it's really important to have someone like that around.
As having you coaching the team rekindled your enthusiasm? Not saying it was fading, but
yeah, no, it has. I think it's any player would be lying when a new coaching staff doesn't come in. You don't want to impress them, and that's something I've wanted to do, and I've worked really closely with them, and I've been very fortunate to work again with David Capel, from who I've worked with for years. So and like Catherine said, Paul has done an amazing job through our system, and he knows the game inside out, and he was the obvious choice to take over in a performance role like he has done, and the girls have warmed to him. He's always got a smile on his face. He keeps us very relaxed, and you know, I'm really pleased for him to come in, and obviously in his first big tour to do so well, because he worked really hard, and you know, and it's great that the players have repaid the coaching staff with some performances out on the pitch.
Do you have any celebration plans for tonight?
Well, we have actually. One of our girls is getting married in 2 weeks' time. We've got a hen party to go to tonight, so watch out, Durham, I say.
She's a local lass as well.
Yeah,
so.
she's Danny Hazel's from Durham, so we're going to be hitting this town tonight, I would have thought. I don't know where I'm going.
I want to go in this. It's my outfit.
No, not again. And stop tweeting pictures of me.
Could be long night.